Hello and welcome to dinner at myplace.us, the place where we show you how to go from eating this stuff to entertaining friends and family with delicious home-cooked meals. Today we're going to be making a real simple dish, level one as we like to call it, where it's just going to be cutting, dicing, and putting something together that's lovely. And that's fruit salad. So let's go over what we need for tools. We have a couple of bowls. We got one for mixing our fruit salad in. We got one for waste. You're going to have a little bit of produce waste here. We've got a couple different spoons. We've got a tablespoon that we're going to use for measuring sugar, a spoon, regular teaspoon that you're going to be using for scooping out yogurt, and a rubber spatula that we're going to use for turning and tossing. Now, produce, strawberries. When you're picking strawberries at the grocery store, it can be kind of hard to tell if they're good or not. What you want to do is look at them real carefully. Make sure there's no juice running down the package. Look for real dark, deep, intense flavors. That tells you that the berries are fresh and ripe. And then really kind of pull them over and look through them. See if you can see any mold deep down inside. I even like to open them up and fill through them a little bit just to make sure there's no mold hiding down inside those strawberries. So we're going to need those. We're also going to need bananas. I like to buy my bananas a little bit green. Usually when you get these things home, the very next day they go brown if you don't buy them green. So buy them green, they'll last a little bit longer on your counter. And they're also a little firmer, a little crisper. I think they taste better. We need tangerines or oranges or any kind of citrus that you like. These, when you're picking them out, look for real bright orange color on them. Real tight skins. Once they start getting mushy, they're not good. They dry out on the inside and lose a lot of flavor. And then pineapple. Everybody's afraid of picking a pineapple. And there's a couple keys when you're looking for one. One, you want to look for kind of a dark color on them, not a real bright yellow. If you start seeing bright yellow, that means it's starting to rot on the inside. And then you want to take it, you got the core right here where they picked it. Give it a smell. It should smell like sweet pineapple. If it smells real sweet, that means you probably got a good one. A lot of people think that you can get these, start pulling leaves on them, and that's going to tell you that they're good. Well, you can really pull a leaf out of just about any one of them. But what that's really telling you is that it's starting to decay inside. And that's not a sign of freshness or a sign of tastiness. So just go with the sniff test. Look for tight skins. No mold on the outside, and pretty dark coloring on them. We also need yogurt. This is a Greek yogurt. I've got honey flavored. I think it goes well with fruit. But you can use plain vanilla, whatever you happen to enjoy. You need a little bit of salt. I know this is a sweet dish, but salt brings out the flavor in just about everything. So we're going to need a little bit of that. And last but not least, a little bit of table sugar. We're going to do two different ways on the fruit salad today. One's going to be with yogurt, one's going to be with sugar. So let's get started cutting. Now we're going to get our trash bin over here. And let's start with the scary one, the pineapple. It can be a little hard to attack one of these. The place I like to start is at the bottom. I'm just going to slice through there with a nice firm stroke using a very sharp chef's knife. You can see the way I'm holding this is with a pinch grip. Probably shouldn't grab the blade, but with a pinch grip here, so you got one finger on this side of the blade, you got your thumb resting on this side of the blade, you're going to wrap your fingers around it. That's a classic pinch grip and the proper way to hold a chef's knife. I'm going to spin it around, and we're going to again start on this side, straight down, and pull the top off. That goes in the waste bin. And then, now you got two flat sides. You can attack it from either end. I'm going to start from the top, and we're just going to take long strokes down and slice off thin ribbons. And you want to go until you just get the skin off and you're not seeing too many little black pocks. I don't know what part of that pineapple that is, but if you cut too close, you got these black chewy bits. You can see them right here. You just want to cut those off. So we're going to go all the way around this thing. It's long strokes. You might be wondering, what do I do with all of this pineapple? Because there is quite a bit of waste with this. If you check our tepache video, we'll show you a pretty tasty drink that you can make out of leftover pineapple skins. I don't like to let anything go to waste. And making a refreshing drink to go along with your fruit salad is about the best use for this. All right, so again, we're going to just clean off the last little bits of skin that we have here. And got a little bit right there. There we go. So that's pretty clean. Next thing to do is to remove the core. So we have a white center right here, then real dark yellow edges around the pineapple. What we want to do is take the knife and just go straight down right along that white center. It's a little harder to cut, so you'll know if you're off. Okay, so for this dish we're going to use 1/4 of a pineapple. First thing I'm going to do is slice them into about 1/2 inch slices. So I've got these long 1/2 inch ribbons. Get in here. And there's a little bit of core in there. We're going to toss that piece. All right. Then we're going to dice this to bite size. I say 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch dices, somewhere in that range, depending on who you're feeding. If you're feeding toddlers, you might want to go a little smaller, but I like pieces about yay big. And these all go into the bowl. Okay, that's our pineapple. Next, let's take a look at our strawberries. So strawberries, again, dark colors on them, no mold, tight skins, a little heavy. What you're going to do is just cut the top off. And all this produce has been pre-washed. You want to wash all your produce. We're going to use 4 good-sized strawberries. And just cut the tops off. So there we go. Nice strawberries. Again, I like to work with a flat side. Just let's move that out of the camera way. Okay. Cut down the center. Now you got 2 more flat spots. And you can just slice down. I'm making these about 3/16 inch, somewhere around there. Slices. And those go into the bowl. I'm going to repeat with the remaining strawberries. All right, strawberries in the bowl, pineapples in the bowl. Let's go after our bananas. 2 bananas. Now that flower end isn't tasty, so we're going to cut it off. It did its job by helping us open the banana. That goes in the waste bowl. And now we're going to do the same thing that we did on the strawberries. Just nice slices, nice rings, rounds of banana. Get those in there. So we got rings of our banana all diced up in the bowl. Now what's going to prevent those bananas from going bad? A little bit of citric acid. Citric acid will prevent the oxidation of the banana, that brown nasty slime that you'll sometimes get. And to get that citric acid, we're going to use a little bit of tangerine. There's also a little bit in the pineapple, but I like the way tangerines bring out the freshness. All right, so we have our 4 tangerines peeled. And now we're just going to do the same kind of thing. I like to cut them in half and then just kind of give them a dice, maybe spin them and do one more cut down the center. I don't bother with peeling these open. It's not worth the time and energy. And besides that, you really want to crack the skins on them, get some of that juice flowing, so that 1, it makes a sauce in the fruit salad, and 2, the citric acid gets all over your bananas and prevents the brown. So just cut those up. There we go. All right. We don't want to start mashing the fruit. We want to fold. So we're going to take our spoon down across the bottom, up and over, and just kind of pull everybody in. If you start getting in there and smashing and mashing, you're going to end up with juice flowing everywhere. You're going to end up with brown bananas or mushed strawberries, just nothing delicious. So down, over, just kind of fold them in. Very gentle. And we're going to add a little bit of salt. When I say a little bit, I do mean a little bit. We're just going to go for a pinch, just the tips of your fingers, and sprinkle that in. And I'm going to show you two different ways that we like to serve it with two different bowls. First one, we're going to add half this fruit salad and add some sugar. Just for this amount of fruit salad, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of sugar. Again, lightly toss, get that sugar to coat. Sugar is the same as salt in the fact that it's hygroscopic. It's going to pull the fruit juice out. So you want to give this just a few minutes to do its magic. We're going to set it aside. Second one is going to be with yogurt. And this is my preferred. So we're going to put the fruits into there. Get our yogurt. And I'm going to go for 2 big scoops of Greek yogurt. I like Greek yogurt because it's thicker. If you go with an American yogurt, it's just going to be a little runnier. But, you know, whatever you like is fine. We're going to fold that in again until it gets coated. This is a little harder to mix in, but can be done with a little bit of patience. And we're just using that same technique. Starting from one side, scraping across the bottom and folding it over. All right. And that's looking pretty good to me. All right. So there we are. Fruit salad, 2 ways.